Disney's Frozen 2 received a mixed bag of reviews when it hit theaters, but the box office numbers spoke for themselves, convincing Disney to give fans what they've been waiting for: Frozen 3. While Frozen 2 wasn't a universal hit with critics, audiences still showed up in droves to see what new adventure awaited Elsa, Anna, and their lovable crew. The success was big enough to not only greenlight a third movie, but also confirm a fourth. In Frozen 2, Disney took a bit of a risk by expanding the world beyond Arendelle. Instead of sticking close to home, the film ventured into the wider world, bringing in new lands and cultures, particularly focusing on the North Uldra tribe. This shift in narrative scope surprised some fans who were expecting a more traditional sequel that would build directly on the original film storyline. Unlike Frozen, which featured a clear-cut villain in the form of the treacherous Prince Hans, Frozen 2 didn't follow the typical Disney formula. There wasn't a true antagonist pulling the strings, but rather, the plot was more about self-discovery and reconciling with the past. The movie focused heavily on Elsa's journey to uncover the source of her powers, and dealt with broader themes about the history of Arendelle and its relationship with the North Uldra. Thematically, Frozen 2 took a more introspective route compared to its predecessor. While Frozen had the anthemic Let It Go, which celebrated freedom and empowerment, Frozen 2 gave us Into the Unknown, a song that explores the idea of stepping into something unfamiliar even when it feels intimidating. At the end of Frozen 2, we saw a major change in the dynamic between the two sisters. Anna was crowned Queen of Arendelle, while Elsa chose to stay in the Enchanted Forest, taking on the role of its protector. This decision left a lot of questions hanging about what the future holds for Arendelle and the broader world of Frozen. Now with Frozen 3 on the horizon, those questions are about to be answered. One of the most exciting bits of news to come out of Disney's D23 Fan Expo in 2024 was the official release date for Frozen 3. Disney has locked in a premiere for November 24, 2027, aiming to capture that sweet Thanksgiving holiday box office bump just like it did with Frozen 2 in 2019. Interestingly, the film was originally slated for a 2026 release, but Disney pushed it back by a year. While this delay might feel like a bummer for some fans, it also suggests that Disney is giving the creative team plenty of time to ensure that they get the story right. And that's not all. Disney also confirmed that Frozen 4 is on the way, scheduled to arrive shortly after in 2028. This revelation hints that Frozen 3 will likely set up a larger story arc, continuing directly into the fourth film. So instead of Frozen 3 tying everything up in a neat little bow, it's looking like we're in for an ongoing saga with these beloved characters. While official plot details for Frozen 3 are still under wraps, there are a few things we can piece together based on where Frozen 2 left off. With Anna now ruling as Queen of Arendelle and Elsa protecting the Enchanted Forest, it seems likely that the third movie will explore how these two worlds interact. In Frozen 2, Elsa's powers were revealed to be tied to the magical forces of the forest, so it stands to reason that this connection will continue to play a significant role in the story moving forward. There's also the possibility of a new villain entering the scene. While Frozen 2 didn't have a traditional villain, concept art shown at D23 in 2024 hints that this might change in Frozen 3. One image depicted a shadowy figure with a horned helmet and a spear creeping behind Elsa and Anna, suggesting a potential new threat that could shake up the balance between Arendelle and the Enchanted Forest. Another piece of concept art revealed at D23 showed Elsa, Anna, and Olaf riding horses toward a shimmering, floating city in the distance. The city was glowing with a radiant yellow light, which raised a lot of questions about its significance. Could this city be a new location in the Frozen universe? Is it a potential threat or an ally? Fans are already speculating about whether this mysterious city might play a central role in the plot of both Frozen 3 and Frozen 4. One of the key dynamics that fans will be eager to see in Frozen 3 is the evolving relationship between Elsa and Anna. Throughout the first two films, the sisters have had to navigate their unique responsibilities while still maintaining a close bond. In Frozen, it was about learning to accept and embrace Elsa's powers, while Frozen 2 focused more on Elsa's journey of self-discovery. Now that the sisters are physically separated, Elsa in the Enchanted Forest and Anna in Arendelle, it'll be interesting to see how their relationship continues to evolve. Will they be able to stay as close as they were before, or will the distance and their new responsibilities create a rift between them? It's also worth considering whether Frozen 3 will focus on a new chapter in Elsa's quest to understand her powers, or if the story will shift more toward Anna's reign as queen. The core cast of Frozen is expected to return for Frozen 3. Idina Menzel as Elsa and Kristen Bell as Anna are both said to reprise their roles, with Menzel confirming her return but admitting that she hasn't been given many details about the plot yet. Josh Gad will of course return as the lovable snowman Olaf, and Jonathan Groff is expected to be back as Christophe. One of the big questions surrounding Frozen 3 is whether we'll see the introduction of new characters. Given that the movie will likely continue to explore the Enchanted Forest and possibly other new lands like the floating city seen in the concept art, wouldn't be surprising to see some fresh faces joining the cast. Whether these new characters will be allies or foes remains to be seen. Another exciting thing about Frozen 2 was how it expanded the world of Arendelle and introduced the North Uldra tribe. This expansion added a layer of depth to the story and opened up new possibilities for where the franchise could go next. It's likely that Frozen 3 will continue to explore these themes, possibly delving further into the magical elements that were introduced in the second film. The floating city scene in the concept art suggests that we're in for more exploration of new lands and magical forces. Could this new city be tied to the same elemental forces that gave Elsa her powers? Or might it represent an entirely new type of magic that Elsa has yet to discover? With Frozen 4 already confirmed, it's clear that Disney has big plans for the franchise. While Frozen 3 will likely tell its own story, it will also serve as a stepping stone for the fourth movie. This means that fans should expect some loose ends to remain by the time Frozen 3 wraps up, with bigger questions left to be answered in Frozen 4. Given the immense popularity of the franchise, it's no surprise that Disney is planning the long haul with Frozen. After all, the Frozen films have become cultural landmarks, not just because of their box office success, but also because of their memorable characters, catchy songs, and the positive messages they promote. Well, that's it for today. What are you most excited to see in Frozen 3? Could the new villain be the biggest threat yet, or will Elsa and Anna's bond continue to be the heart of the story? The countdown to 2027 has officially begun.